So the reason why I had you guys to do now, which was to think about your favorite song and briefly state what it's about, what is the singer trying to describe in that particular song, and what kind of comparisons do they make? What is the song trying to say? I asked you guys to think about this because oftentimes the kind of language that poets or writers or authors use in their music or poetry or in their writing is figurative language. And some of this figurative language that we talk about are similes and metaphors. So how many of you, have you heard of a simile or a metaphor before?
I've heard a simile before.
Okay, do you have any idea of what it is?
That's a comparison?
Yeah, so like we talked about it already now, it's kind of like a comparison of two things. And then I'm also going to give you this guided notes packet, and you're going to use that to follow along the lesson for today. So as we said in our agenda, we were going to go ahead and start defining some terms. So the first terms that I want to define is simile. So I want you guys to write these definitions as I am writing them down. So you can go ahead and write them down. If you guys have any questions about anything as I'm writing this, feel free to ask. So I'll just title this figurative language because this is a type of figurative language, and although there's a lot of different kinds of figurative language, we're just going to focus on these today. So similes. Let's see. So our definition that we have here for similes, do you want to go ahead and read that for me, please?
A comparison of two things that have some quality in common and uses like or as.
Okay. So I want to go ahead and give you guys an example. I'll put our examples in red so you guys can hard distinguish between the both. So our example. And so I'll just use these examples from things that we kind of hear in every day. We were talking about songs, so I'll just use the song for today. Okay, so the example that I have is from the Rihanna song. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard it. Shine bright like a diamond in the sky. So here, in the song, two things are being compared. Can you point out to me what these two things are? Can you come up and underline them, please? So think about the two main things in the sentence. What do you think are the two things that are being compared? Great. So here you pointed out shine bright like a diamond. Okay. So right here, it's really good. The things that are being compared is how bright do you want to shine? You want to shine as bright as a diamond. So right here, the comparison of two things that have some quality in common and uses like or as. So the quality that they have in common here that you're trying to point out is how shine are you going to bright? You're going to shine as bright as a diamond. So that's why the diamond is being compared here. So that's just a little example. Now I'm going to give you guys the definition for metaphor. And then we'll move on to an example of that too. my definition for metaphor. Let me know when you guys are done writing. Okay, all set? So I'll read this one. A metaphor is a comparison of two things without using like or as. Instead, it states that one thing is actually something else. So the thing about figurative language that I mentioned earlier is that these are descriptions that are not literal. So people will say things but don't take them literally. It's a figurative language, it's a figure of speech. But they help us imagine how the author feels about that particular person or the object. So this kind of helps us paint a picture and kind of help us relate something that we know to something that we don't necessarily know. So an example for this one, I'll take another song and let's see. We can say, so this example, this girl is on fire. So you pointed out last time the two things that are being compared. Do you want to just tell me what two things you think are being compared here?
Girl on fire.
Yep, okay. So we have girl and fire. And as our definition said, it's two things that have some kind of quality in common. So what do you think that the girl and fire have in common? Like, what does it say about her? Is it talking about her attitude? Is it talking about her appearance? What do you think it's doing? How does fire feel?
Hot.
Okay. And then what about when you're on fire? What kind of expression?
Angry.
Okay, angry. Angry. So we have hot, angry. We have fire is kind of quick, so you can even say that this girl's being quick, or that she's like on task, on top of her things. So for this one, I really like this one because it has a lot of different meanings, but this girl is on fire. Instead of saying this girl is like fire, it's actually just stating it. So like this one, instead it states that one thing is actually something else. So this one is saying that this girl is on fire rather than using like or as. So here we have, this could mean that this girl is hot, this girl is angry, this girl is quick, this girl is on top of her stuff. So that's what this is trying to get at. So can you guys think of any other examples for either of these? Or any other songs that come to mind when you think of this?
I'm feeling like $1 million.
Okay, that's not a song, but well, I'm not sure if that's a song, but let's write that one down. And then what do you think that one is? Should that one go under simile or metaphor?
Simile.
Okay, so we'll just write it down here, simile. I'm feeling like $1 million. And do you want to give me like a brief explanation of what the meaning behind this phrase is?
They're feeling good.
Feeling good, right? Because $1 million would probably be really good. So good. They can feel fancy. So there's a number of things that have this double meaning. I mean, this person's not actually $1 million